A lot of us have been waiting for months, even years, and now it's finally here. The brand new MacBook Pro. This is Apple's latest and greatest laptop built for professional users. So, what's in the box? And just how good is it? This version I have right here is the 16-inch with the Max chip, a 10-core CPU and 32-core GPU with 64 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. The 16-inch MacBook Pro Max comes in this white box with the image of the MacBook Pro right on the front. It's a bit heavy. I wonder how it feels like holding this new 16-inch MacBook Pro compared to its predecessors. Let's get this thing open and find out. Right off the bat, you can see that it's enclosed in a thick box. The MacBook Pro is neatly wrapped in this white paper, and peeling it off, you'll notice that it's got more rounded edges as opposed to the recent MacBook Pro models. It's got a bigger Apple logo on the top. This bulkier M1 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro weighs 4.8 pounds, so it's definitely heavier if you're used to the 13-inch MacBook Pro. As far as design goes, it's in this classy and sleek space gray color. The 16-inch MacBook Pro also comes in silver. It has 100% recycled aluminum enclosures that's said to reduce its carbon footprint by 50%. It's also machined around a thermal design aimed to deliver better airflow, allowing the M1 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro to run cooler and quieter. Now if you flip it over, the MacBook Pro is now engraved on the bottom of the case, which is a really nice touch. Inside the box, we have the powerful and first of its kind gallium nitride 140-watt USB-C power adapter that offers fast and efficient charging along with the MagSafe 3 cable. Yes, it's back and quickly charges your battery up to 50% in 30 minutes. We also have here the documents and, of course, Apple stickers. But this time they're black, which is really nice. It seems like Christmas came early for all of us Apple users, because the new MacBook Pros finally brought back ports that users love so much. On the right side, we have the SD card slot, which is UHS 2. Unfortunately not the 3, which is even faster, but we'll take it. One Thunderbolt 4 port and an HDMI port to connect up to a larger screen. Now, unfortunately, this is only HDMI 2.0 and not 2.1, so it can only go up to 60 Hz. On the other side, another significant update is the reintroduction of the MagSafe charging, with the new MagSafe 3 charging port. We get this satisfying magnetic locking sound when we connect the cable, and this time around, it seems to be a lot stronger than the MagSafe we had long ago. We also get 2 more Thunderbolt 4 ports and a headphone jack. This port, however, supports high impedance headphones, so if you're an audiophile or work with a lot of sound, like a music editor or sound effects, this is a pretty great update. Now, we can't not talk about the removal of the touch bar. Apple gave people what they wanted and reintroduced the keyboard with actual function keys to replace the touch bar. Personally, I just love how quick and easy it is to adjust the brightness and volume thanks to these physical keys. The keyboard has a double anodized black well that features a full-height function row and highlights the backlit characters on the keys. In addition, it's integrated with a Force Touch trackpad that allows you to take advantage of added functionality in MacBook Pro apps and its system features. As if we hadn't been spoiled enough, with all these major improvements, the new MacBook Pro also has first-rate studio quality mics and a 6-speaker sound system, resulting in a great audio experience. One of the major and most exciting features of the new MacBook Pro is the Liquid Retina XDR display that can support up to 1000 nits of full-screen brightness and 1600 nits of peak brightness if you're watching in HDR content. This gorgeous 16.2-inch mini LED display has a resolution of 3456 by 2234 pixels, and it's equipped with 1 billion colors. It's by far the best display I've ever seen on a laptop, which makes it great for photo editors, designers, and video editors alike. Other than that, the bezels around here have been trimmed down to 3.5mm around the entire display. Now, let's talk about the infamous notch. Although some say it's annoying and quite unnecessary, it's probably about time to start accepting and getting used to it. Majority, including myself, believe that it's actually a good trade-off because we're getting smaller bezels and a bigger screen real estate, and most likely Face ID recognition at some point down the road. But if you're really not a fan of it, Apple's new MacBook Pros added the Scale to Fit option that shrinks the whole screen and hides the notch. The notch houses the 1080p FaceTime HD camera, a major upgrade and a big plus, especially if you're having a bunch of Zoom calls. It also comes with an ambient light sensor and an indicator light. This screen is also equipped with ProMotion technology, featuring an impressive adaptive refresh rate of up to 120Hz all the way down to 24Hz to save battery life. Overall, this, for me, is the best display I could ever have on a device currently. Now, here's a real game changer. This 16-inch MacBook Pro houses the top-end M1 Max chip, Apple's most powerful chip for a Pro notebook, sporting a massive 10-core CPU and a 30-core GPU with 64 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte up to 8 terabytes of storage. This is beefier and much more powerful than the base 14-inch MacBook Pro model. This is a powerhouse performance of a computer. It's like having a 2019 Mac Pro and a Pro Display XDR merged into one portable device. So, if you're a creative professional, you must know that this solid machine is a beast in 8K video editing, just like the Mac Pro. It can edit up to 30 streams of 4K ProRes video, or up to 7 streams of 8K ProRes video in Final Cut Pro. Supercharged with a 16-core neural engine, Apple claims that it will allow users to have up to 11.5 times faster object tracking performance in Final Cut Pro, up to 7.2 faster scene edit detection in 1080p ProRes 422 video in Adobe Premiere, and up to 2.6 faster performance when selecting subjects and images in Adobe Photoshop. On top of all that, it also includes a new high-powered mode that's only available on the 16-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 Max chip. It's designed to optimize performance to handle resource-intensive tasks such as rendering larger files, color grading 8K ProRes video, and other graphics-intensive tasks. Once enabled, the high-power mode will deprioritize resource-hungry system processes to maximize the peak performance capability of the M1 Max processor. So, what does that even mean? Basically, if you're exporting large videos or rendering 3D objects, or just really heavy high-performance tasks, switching to this mode kicks the computer into high gear and lets you do things even faster. The hard drives in these new MacBook Pros are also extremely fast, as in not available anywhere else fast, topping out at over 5,000 read and write speeds, whereas the previous MacBooks only got up to around 2800, which is also the same speeds you can get with an external Thunderbolt SSD hard drive, so it's nearly double those speeds. I almost wish I opted for a 2TB version, but this will do for now until I can get a faster external hard drive. I usually just offload my projects there anyway, so 1TB should be plenty enough for projects. Apart from its beastly upgrades we've seen earlier, another impressive feature is the longer battery life of the M1 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro. Compared to its 14-inch sibling that has 17 hours of battery life, the 16-inch MacBook Pro can last up to 21 hours of video playback on a single charge. To put it all in a nutshell, Apple really did an outstanding job with this machine, and they're just getting started. So if you're searching for a maxed out, no-holds-barred laptop that offers a superior and long-lasting performance, the M1 Max MacBook Pro is without a doubt worth the investment. The price starts at $3,099 for an M1 Max equipped MacBook Pro and comes in at 14 or 16 inches. In case you missed it, you can watch my MacBook Pro should you buy video, where I break down all the configurations and specs to help you make the right choice for your needs. Link in the description below and in the card above. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all our latest videos. Are you thinking about getting the new MacBook Pro, or holding off for a desktop version? Let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.